Is ancient wisdom from 2,000 years ago more effective than today's billion-dollar self-help industry? Every year, people spend over $11 billion on self-help books, courses, and seminars, yet anxiety, depression, and dissatisfaction continue rising. Meanwhile, a philosophy developed by Greek and Roman thinkers centuries ago is experiencing a massive resurgence. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus never sold online courses or hosted seminars, yet their teachings have outlasted every modern trend. Today, we're going deep into the battle between Stoicism and modern self-help. We'll analyze both approaches honestly, compare their methods side by side, and determine which actually delivers lasting transformation. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which path serves your growth best. Before we continue, I want you to pause and vote in your mind: Stoicism or modern self-help? Remember your answer because it might change by the end. Let's start with understanding what each approach actually offers. Modern self-help emerged primarily in the 20th century, exploding in popularity with books like Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Positive Thinking, and countless titles that followed. The industry promises quick transformation, easy techniques, and life-changing results. Common themes include positive affirmations, visualization of success, manifesting desires, building confidence, and achieving goals. The approach is often optimistic, focusing on potential and possibility. Stoicism, on the other hand, originated in ancient Greece around 300 BCE and was refined by Roman philosophers. Unlike modern self-help, it wasn't created to sell. It was developed as a practical philosophy for living well regardless of circumstances. Core principles include the dichotomy of control, accepting what you cannot change, focusing on virtue over external success, preparing for adversity, and finding tranquility through wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Book 5, Section 20 of Meditations, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." This captures the Stoic approach, turning inward for strength rather than seeking external fixes. Now let's compare these approaches across 5 crucial dimensions. The first dimension is the approach to emotions. Modern self-help often tells you to feel good, stay positive, and avoid negative emotions. Techniques include affirmations like, "I am confident," "I am successful," "I am worthy," repeated until you believe them. The problem: research shows that positive affirmations can actually backfire for people with low self-esteem, making them feel worse by highlighting the gap between their statements and reality. Suppressing negative emotions doesn't eliminate them. It often amplifies them. Stoicism takes a radically different approach. Rather than avoiding negative emotions, it teaches you to understand and process them. Epictetus taught that we are disturbed not by events but by our judgments about events. Instead of pretending anger doesn't exist, you examine why you're angry and whether that judgment serves you. Seneca in his letters wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This isn't toxic positivity, it's realistic assessment of emotional responses. The Stoic approach aligns with modern cognitive behavioral therapy, which research consistently shows is effective for anxiety, depression, and emotional regulation. Winner in this dimension: Stoicism, because it provides tools for genuine emotional processing rather than superficial positive thinking. The second dimension is the definition of success. Modern self-help typically defines success externally: wealth, fame, achievements, possessions, and status. Vision boards filled with luxury cars, mansions, and exotic vacations represent the promised destination. The message is clear: you can have it all if you just believe and work hard enough. But here's the problem: tying happiness to external achievements creates perpetual dissatisfaction. You get the car and want a better one. You reach the goal and immediately set another. The hedonic treadmill keeps spinning, and fulfillment remains just out of reach. Stoicism defines success entirely differently. In Book 6, Section 15 of Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect." Success is internal, developing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. External achievements are preferred, but not required for a good life. Epictetus, who spent his youth as a slave with a permanently crippled leg, achieved profound contentment that wealthy free men envied. His circumstances were terrible by modern standards, yet his philosophy gave him freedom that external success never could. This doesn't mean Stoics don't pursue goals. They simply don't attach their well-being to outcomes outside their control. They give maximum effort while releasing attachment to results. Winner in this dimension: Stoicism, because it offers a path to contentment that doesn't depend on circumstances that may never arrive. The third dimension is handling adversity. Modern self-help often struggles with adversity. When the positive thinking doesn't work, when the visualization fails, when the manifestation doesn't manifest, what then? Many self-help approaches lack robust frameworks for dealing with genuine hardship. Some even suggest that negative outcomes result from negative thinking, essentially blaming victims for their circumstances. Stoicism was built for adversity. The philosophy developed during times of war, plagued political upheaval, and personals exiled. Epictetus was enslaved. Marcus Aurelius faced constant war, the death of children, and betrayal from trusted allies. Their philosophy wasn't theoretical. It was forged in genuine suffering. The Stoic technique of premeditatio malorum involves deliberately imagining worst-case scenarios to prepare mentally and emotionally. This isn't pessimism. It's realistic preparation that reduces shock when difficulties arrive. Modern psychology calls this stress inoculation, and research confirms its effectiveness. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Book 4, Section 49I, to bear in mind constantly that all of this has happened before, and will happen again. The same plot from beginning to end, the identical staging. Understanding that difficulty is universal and temporary provides resilience that positive thinking alone cannot build. Winner in this dimension, Stoicism decisively, because it provides proven frameworks for navigating genuine hardship rather than pretending positivity prevents problems. The fourth dimension is personal responsibility. Modern self-help emphasizes personal responsibility heavily. You control your destiny, your thoughts create your reality, your success depends entirely on you. This sounds empowering, but it carries a shadow side. If everything is your responsibility, then every failure is your fault. This can create crushing guilt and shame when circumstances genuinely beyond your control produce negative outcomes. Stoicism offers a more nuanced view through the dichotomy of control. Epictetus opened his Enchiridion with, "Some things are within our power, while others are not. You are responsible for your effort, your judgments, your responses, and your character. You are not responsible for outcomes, other people's actions, or external circumstances." This distinction is liberating. You take complete ownership of what's genuinely yours, while releasing the exhausting burden of controlling the uncontrollable. You're not a failure when the economy crashes your business. You're only responsible for how you respond. Winner in this dimension, Stoicism, because it provides a healthier balance between responsibility and acceptance of limitation. The fifth dimension is practical application. Modern self-help often provides techniques that sound good but prove difficult to implement consistently. Morning routines with 17 steps, visualization sessions requiring perfect focus, affirmations that feel hollow. Many approaches demand significant time and produce inconsistent results. Stoicism offers remarkably practical daily exercises. The morning intention takes 3 minutes. Anticipate challenges and set your purpose. The pause practice takes 3 seconds. When triggered, ask whether this is within your control. The evening reflection takes 5 minutes. Review what went well, what didn't, and what you'll improve. These practices require no special equipment, no perfect conditions, and no lengthy time commitments. They've been tested across 2,000 years and countless circumstances. Seneca wrote in Letters, "Each day acquire something that will fortify you against poverty, against death, indeed against other misfortunes as well." Small daily practice compounds into profound transformation. Winner in this dimension, Stoicism, because its practices are simple, proven, and immediately applicable. Now let's be fair and examine where modern self-help has advantages. First, accessibility. Modern self-help is everywhere and in every format: books, podcasts, apps, videos, courses. Stoic texts, while increasingly available, can feel dense and archaic to newcomers. Second, goal-setting frameworks. Modern self-help has developed sophisticated systems for setting and achieving goals that the Stoics didn't explicitly create. Third, specific contexts. Self-help books address specific situations like dating, career advancement, and social skills in ways that ancient philosophy cannot directly address. Fourth, community and accountability. The self-help industry has built extensive communities, coaching programs, and accountability structures that support change. However, here's the crucial observation. The most effective modern self-help approaches have actually borrowed heavily from Stoicism without always acknowledging it. Cognitive behavioral therapy, the gold standard for treating anxiety and depression, was directly inspired by Stoic philosophy. Its founders explicitly credited Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. The dichotomy of control appears throughout effective self-help under different names: circle of influence, acceptance and commitment, radical acceptance. The evening reflection appears as journaling practices. Negative visualization appears as fear setting. The underlying wisdom is ancient. The packaging is modern. So what actually works better? Here's my honest assessment. Stoicism provides the superior foundation. Timeless principles for emotional regulation, handling adversity, defining success internally, and maintaining peace regardless of circumstances. It offers frameworks proven across 2 millennia and validated by modern psychology. Modern self-help provides useful supplements, specific techniques, contemporary examples, accessible formats, and community structures. The ideal approach combines both. Build your foundation on Stoic principles, then selectively add modern techniques that align with that foundation. Reject self-help that contradicts Stoic wisdom. Get rich quick schemes, toxic positivity, blame shifting, or anything promising transformation without effort. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Book 7, Section 9, not to feel exasperated or defeated or despondent, because your days aren't packed with wise and moral actions, but to get back up when you fail, to celebrate behaving like a human, however imperfectly, and fully embrace the pursuit you've embarked on. That's the balanced approach. Pursue growth without perfectionism. Build wisdom while accepting limitation. Take what works and leave what doesn't. Now I want to hear from you. After this comparison, which approach resonates more, Stoicism or modern self-help? Has your answer changed from the beginning of the video? Drop your response in the comments and explain why. Also share your personal experience. What methods have actually produced lasting change in your life? This isn't about theory, it's about what works in real practice. Your experience might help someone else find their path. If you found this analysis valuable, subscribe for more content comparing ancient wisdom with modern approaches. I explore what actually works for building resilience, emotional mastery, and genuine fulfillment, not just what sounds good or sells well. The Stoics didn't have marketing budgets or bestseller lists. They had timeless wisdom that transformed emperors and slaves alike. That wisdom is available to you right now, for free, tested by 2,000 years of human experience. The question isn't whether it works, it's whether you'll apply it. Start today, pick one Stoic practice, test it for 1 week. Then return and tell me what happened. Ancient wisdom meets your modern life. Let's see what emerges.